I think we're going now. That was a long time coming for that one. We skipped a week. Sorry about that. That was my bad. Slacker pastor. Because on Christmas Day, Sunday being a Christmas day, and I just wanted a little aside, Christmas Day Sundays for pastors and their families are very hard, so always have an extra dose of compassion for your pastor and their families when it's Sunday is Christmas Day also. One of the things is I got scatterbrained. I was doing several things that day, presents in the morning and then church and then going over to in-laws' house for other presents and other festivities. And I just forgot. To, run the gamut and do this video. So I apologize, but that's okay because it's a new year. It's a new beginning. New Year's Day is a wonderful Christian holiday because it's all about grace. It's all about new beginnings. It's all about starting over again, which is basically the whole message of Christianity, that Jesus came to die on the cross so that we would have a new beginning, so that we would have grace, so that we would have a blank slate, washed clean, so to speak. So happy New Year's Day to everyone. I'm not really much to share as far as worship goes. It was pretty much the same. We're pretty stagnant in that place right now, with the same amount of people coming. But one of the things that we did look at was this notion of learning and growing, and so I want to share with you a little bit about. I don't know if it's the future, so to speak, but some things that God has laid in our lap for us to learn and to grow from, and for us to figure out and to discern. One of the things that God has done is laid in our lap a possible connection with the United Church of Christ here in Bradenton to join together to be one congregation. That's been something that's been a topic of conversation. We've gone and worshiped with them. We had I think one or two people that came over for Christmas Day. Now we might be doing something in the future, but that's something that God has thrown down in front of us, and we've have to discern, is this the right step for us? Is this where we want to go? Today, after church, had a conversation with Downtown Ministries, and their desire, which is not a new desire, to use the facility. Our church basically the building sits vacant, empty, except for NA meetings every night of the week, and my Bible study on Wednesday night. It basically sits empty all week, and it's a shame that the resource doesn't get used. And so they came to say, hey, would you be willing to be open to us using the building during the day? Maybe a continental breakfast, little worship prayer experience in the morning, maybe some small groups or something like that. And I think that bodes a conversation as well. Because the fact of the matter is that we're sitting here in a situation right now where, as a church, we're basically looking at 2017 being our final year if nothing changes. If nothing changes, then at the end of 2017, we're probably going to run out of money. It's probably going to take all of our reserves to keep the ministry up and running during the year. And that's really not the goal. That wasn't really something that we wanted to do. We wanted this to be, that was close. There was a close one right there. We really wanted this ministry to thrive and do something new. So what do we do between now and then, and how do we live into that? Well, one of the ways we possibly live into it is this merging with the UCC congregation. One of the possible ways that we live into it is that we partner with Downtown Ministries, and we kind of make our building a dream center for our community. That's maybe some of the ways that we do it. But God's opening up all these doors, and we need to learn and to grow. We need to learn from each one of these situations, learn and to be bold enough to say, yes, this is where we want to do, or no, this is not what we want to do. We need to, that scripture says, let your yes be yes or your no be no. That's what we need to be. And we need to make some decisions, because we know for sure if we choose to do nothing, and like the great theologians Rush said in the song Free Will, if you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. If we choose to do nothing, then we've made a choice, and we basically have made a choice to close our doors unless someone comes along this year and offers us the amount of money that we need to sell the building. And so there's a piece of me that says, I'm excited about this. I was sharing this with the congregation this morning. I'm kind of excited about the fact that, we're looking at the possibility of coming to an end. And I don't know about you, but one of the things that I have found in my experience and my relationship with God is that many times God waits until we're at the end of our rope in order for Him to come in and pick up. It's like taking us down to the wire. Now, of course, the wire and negotiating that and defining that's individual situations, and we can probably have long discussions about the end of my rope, in my opinion, wasn't even close to the end of the rope in God's opinion, but that's a whole other conversation. But this is the time when God acts, when you get to the place where, as Mayonnaise said, an officer and a gentleman, I got no place else to go. And so maybe that's where we are right now. So that's exciting. And next week is a vision team meeting. That's an oldie but a goodie. Sorry about that one. It's a board meeting. That's a totally different church. It's a board meeting, and at the board meeting, we're going to be talking about these things. We're going to be talking about a possible partnership with the UCC Church. We're going to be talking about the Dream Center from Downtown Ministries. We're going to be talking about all those kind of things, and so it's going to be very exciting. So probably next week the Hot Fudge Sunday is going to be more exciting than this week because of the fact that we'll have more to talk about. Okay, well, I guess that's about it for right now. Again, I apologize for not talking on Christmas Day, but like I said, that was my bad. But it's a new year, new beginning, and if you are a follower of Jesus Christ, you're contractually obligated to forgive me, so I accept your forgiveness. Alrighty. I hope this week has a great Happy New Year, and I will talk to you next week.